Hi, ladies. Melanie Sanukian here. I'm National Director with Trades of Hope, and I have been assigned the task to train you very quickly on how to follow up with potential partners. And so the first thing is why? Why should we even have potential partners in the first place? What's the point of partnering? What if I just want to sell or wear and share? Well, the partnering part of what we do is so important because we need to grow. We need to grow as a company in order to take on new artisan partners. We need to grow as a company for when people quit or die off. We need to bring in new people. But we need to have more of an exponential impact because the women that we support with our marketing work who make the beautiful products, they want to put food on the table every month of the year, right? And they want to be able to grow in their businesses as well. And so in order to maintain sustainability throughout the years, we need to continue sponsoring more than we currently do right now. And just to give you an example of the exponential impact that you can have is I didn't sign on thinking that I would build a team or whatever. I didn't even think I was a salesperson. But when I started realizing the value of sponsoring and I started asking and getting people to join, and those people started getting people to join, let me show you what the difference is exponentially that can happen. In 6 years, I have sold over $150,000 worth of Trades of Hope goods. But my team, because I've started sponsoring and they've started sponsoring, they sold over $150,000 in 1 month. That was last year in November when I promoted to national director. And so look what exponential impact can happen with people who decide, you know what, this is important enough for me that I want to invite people into this journey. So I have one more reason why, but we'll save that till the end. Where do we find potential partners? There's so many places to meet them. First of all, your hostesses of your parties are your first potential because they've already said yes to hosting and they already get and love the mission. You should have a VIP group that you start up. And as you start sharing about Trades of Hope, you'll have people kind of come out of the woodwork there. Social media is a huge place to meet them. You know what? Life itself. I asked a gal at a smoothie shop recently if she would consider, looking into Trades of Hope, and we're having conversation right now. So basically, if there's something that you find about them that you enjoy, you compliment that naturally and say something like, hey, you seem like somebody who really cares about things that matter. I want to share this mission with you, and hand them a, business card, or see if you can connect with them on social media. There's all sorts of places where you can meet potential partners. Now, who are these potential partners? What do they look like? I made a little list of some of the people who have joined my team this year. And one I met in the comments of a ministry group that we both appreciate, and I saw her there and we started having a private conversation. One was a friend where our daughters were in the same homeschool co-op. One I did a fundraiser with as a hostess because she runs or she's on the board of Haiti Deaf Academy. So we did a fundraiser there and she used her hostess rewards to get a kit to join. One gal, I honestly don't even remember where we met. We've just been friends on Facebook for so long, and she's just showed interest, and we've had conversation and built relationship, and she ended up joining. I have a friend from college who hosted and joined with the kit. I have a friend she was in a high school group that I volunteered with way back in the day. Another friend from college who's also a teacher, but quit to stay home with her kids. And I said, this is a cool way to stay engaged and maybe make some supplemental income. And then I have an acquaintance from high school in Vegas who'd hosted a couple times. I asked her to join. She said no, it wasn't the right time. She had just survived cancer. She's this amazing woman. And then a week later, she got back to me and was like, I can't get it off my mind. I think I have to do it. And so she's now running her first party, just like I ran hers for her. And then this last one that just joined, I met her at an online vendor event. She loved the mission. She's a single mom, a teacher, and she felt like this was her way to do missions without having to travel or fundraise or that kind of thing. So they're out there. And there's so many different people who have the potential to be a partner with Trades of Hope. Now, how do we ask? Well, certainly with no fear or anxiety, right? We're not asking anybody to donate a kidney, as Susan Johnston likes to say. We're just inviting them to be part of something really beautiful, something that we obviously valued enough to be a part of. And so there's different ways that you can kind of compliment people or find different inroads that make connections with our mission. So one gal, I told her, you already take such cute selfies, why not add some fair trade jewelry to them and be an advocate? You obviously believe in women's empowerment, and that's what we do here. You have a great sense of style. I'd love you to add your style to our sisterhood. And like I said, since you seem to care about things that matter, I'd love for you to know about this mission that I do. If you need a supplemental income right now and you want to look cute doing it, or if you really care about the anti-trafficking movement, there's lots of different ways that you can connect with people. And the good news is you don't have to memorize all the information to share with them and share it all at once. You can share resources along the way as you're having conversations about it. And then you end up teaching them where to find the resources. So the first thing you can do is send them the link in your replicated website that's how to be a partner. And you can say, hey, here's the link for details. Let me know if you have any questions. There's lots of, frequently asked questions there that they can look through. They can see the kits. And speaking of that, use our kits as a wonderful point of contact with beautiful graphics for them. Talk about the price point and the retail. I mean, to get a $49 kit for $145 is amazing. It's a wide variety of products represented, product categories, a wide variety of nations represented. Definitely use the beautiful graphics that our home team makes with those kits. You can use the monthly sponsoring events that your nation does, or the ones that our founders do, so they can really get the behind the scenes of, wow, this is how it started with these mother-daughter pairs who just wanted to make a difference in the world. And then just share our incentives. Every month, there's always some incentive going on. As if empowering women out of poverty and looking cute doing it isn't enough of an incentive. You can tell them about the purpose path, right? In the first 60 days, if they jump on and they sell a certain amount, they get that radiant necklace, they get coupons to buy new stuff. And just like you, if you're a new partner, you get fruit trees planted in your first 60 days if you bring on 2 people for 2 fruit trees. And so you can donate a source of income to somewhere in Africa, a family who could really use that to benefit them. So that's a fun reason to join. We have the Journey of Joy this year, where I just told a potential partner that if she were my +1 in August, she could help get me closer to donating that year of water for a family in India. Like, people like to be a part of something like that. And then finally, we have the monthly artisan partner calls that are an incredible way. Like, if you come into this and then you get to be a part of a partner, an artisan partner call with your partner to really see what this work is doing, to hear from the mouths of our artisan partners, that's an honor and something that has definitely sealed the deal for people who've been on the fence for me. So, and then what I encourage you to do is offer to run a launch party for them that ends up turning into their VIP group. And the cool thing about this is you're training them, by them being the hostess of their own launch party, how to run a party, and so that they can turn around and hostess coach the next person for the parties that they book out of their parties. And so you're training, you're starting them off on a good foot, and then you're just, by changing the title and the description after their party's over into their VIP group, you've set them up for success. And then hopefully, if you've got your VIP group going, they can be on your VIP group to see the different things that you post, and they can use your wording and your graphics until they start feeling comfortable posting their own things. So it's just a way to set them up for success. And then statistically, you have to ask about 10 people before one says yes. That's not always the case, but the more you ask, the more you see that statistic tends to be true. But many will say, or won't respond at all. You might get some no's and of course a yes, but many won't respond at all. And so always just kind of check back around. I tend to put, I have just this simple, you can see what my brain looks like right here, but just this simple monthly calendar where I put my potential sponsors over here, my potential hostesses over here. And then when I move into the next month, I just carry them over if they haven't responded yet. And then I just reach out to them and ask, and I love just the phraseology that I've heard in the past of like, hey, I'm just bumping this up. I know Facebook gets busy, but I wanted to check in to see if you had any questions about joining Trades of Hope, just to keep that conversation going. Continue to comment on their posts and, the cute pictures of their kids or whatever it is to keep relationship going. That's not about getting them to join, but building that relationship with them. And so the final why that I want to encourage you, if you're still not quite sure about this whole sponsoring things or new potential partners, the final why about why we should care about sponsoring is because we are one of the organizations that is making a dent in human trafficking. But human trafficking is actually sponsoring. They recruit. So pimps will pay money to their victims to go and get their friends to come into this trafficking movement. And so if they're doing it, then the good guys have to also. And we don't need to be afraid, and we don't need to say, oh, we're not a recruiter, or we're not a seller. We sell whatever we care about, right? We share whatever we're passionate about. And I know you join this because you're passionate, and there's other passionate women out there just like you. And they might not know it right away. They might not realize what they're capable of. I didn't know what I was capable of. I didn't know that this was something that I'd be doing for 6 years, and so excited about it. But don't assume that people aren't excited about it. Don't assume that they'll be offended that you ask them to empower women with you and look cute doing it, right? Go out there and bring in new sisters. There's women waiting to be asked that don't even know this is an option. And so I would encourage you, get out there, get those partners, and make a difference in the lives of the women around the world that we are connected with and have the honor of working with. So hope that was helpful. Reach out if you have any questions, and thank you again for joining and getting other women to be part of this amazing mission too. Bye.